Choke points. What's a choke point? Oh, don't worry. I'm going somewhere with this. You just have to stay with me. We're going to get to what the communists are doing now. They have plans for us. And to understand what they're doing, we have to first understand a couple things. What is a choke point? Well, it's just what it sounds like. You ever seen the movie 300? It doesn't matter if you've seen the movie. It's a great movie. But the concept is 300 Spartans found a choke point, a place they could hold, so this huge Persian army would have to go through this narrow little place, thus giving their small numbers added power because they controlled the choke point. They didn't have to control everything. They couldn't control everything. Find a choke point, seize it, control it. It's important as we go into what the communists are doing in this country with AI and things like that. And it's important we understand this concept of choke points. And it's important that we understand that he understands it well. The communist understands it. What do I mean? The library. Look, we've used this example a million times. The school library. Why in the world, why does the communist value school libraries? Public libraries too. Why do they value the libraries so much? You drive by the public library a million times a year. You probably don't even look. You probably don't even give it one of these. You don't even notice it. The communist moves right to your red town. That's the first place he goes. Hey, are there any openings? I'd like to be the librarian, maybe the head librarian. Could I run the library? Why? Well, the library is a choke point of information. He doesn't have to seize every inch of your hometown. He doesn't have the numbers for that. But he can grab a critical choke point where people, especially children, go to receive information. What's he do with that choke point? Well, you've seen it. He takes the anti-communist manifesto from the world-famous Jesse Kelly, and if he even puts it in the library at all, it gets stuffed in the back, right? Hey, put that in the corner next to the National Geographic mags nobody likes. He loves those choke points. Gives him more power. Gives him more control. That brings us to AI. Now, I'm not going to sit here and pretend to be some AI expert for you. Artificial intelligence. Technology is way beyond me. You know I would never pretend. I know enough to know, though, AI is the future. It will be integrated into everything now. Everything. Forget about just schools and things like that. The things, my buddies in sales, they have AI all throughout their sales department now. Whole AI sales teams. AI is coming everywhere. And so it's important to discuss AI briefly here, because you see AI as maybe a scary technology like I do, certainly an advanced technology. Oh my gosh, thinking computers. So we're trying to figure out what we're dealing with. Where is it going to go? That's how you see it. That's how I see it. The communist only sees a choke point. The communist sees an opportunity to seize more power, control more. White House put out something today. This is according to Breitbart. This is for AI. The White House says it will send out guidance to landlords, federal contractors, federal benefits programs, and others to reduce the possibility of racial and other biases with their use of AI. And there will be, of course, training, technical assistance, and coordination between the DOJ and federal civil rights offices on best practices for investigating and prosecuting civil rights violations related to AI. Man, that's a lot of commie gobbledygook. What does it turn out to be? What's it come down to? Well, what it comes down to is the communist isn't looking at this new technology and he's excited about the possibilities and this could help with this or help with that. The communist sees a way to control you, control what you think, control what you say, control what you do. They intend to be the ones writing the rules for AI to make sure their friends are rewarded and their enemies are punished. That's all that they're saying here. Dome understands what time it is.
All to help make sure that the benefits of AI are shared equitably and to address predictable threats, such as algorithmic discrimination, data privacy violations, and deepfakes. We named it the Blueprint for an AI Bill of Rights.
These people are going to be writing an AI Bill of Rights. I should note before I move on to the AI Bill of Rights, Dome may understand what time it is. I'm not quite so sure Joe does.
The most consequential technology of our time, artificial intelligence, is accelerating that change. It's going to accelerate it at warp speed. AI is all around us. Much of it is making our lives better. And AI is helping the National Weather Service predict weather events, helping the Webb telescope manage 500,000 miles of galaxies away, billions of light years away. I found it when I was turning on my phone and saw that. I thought, my God, what is this? Science fiction.
Yeah, anyway, AI Bill of Rights. So that conjures up a kind of a wonderful image, doesn't it? The Bill of Rights. My goodness, we're talking First Amendment, Second Amendment. That's exciting. But why was our Bill of Rights, why was it wonderful? What made it wonderful? Well, the men who wrote it were wonderful. They had you, your freedom. They had it in mind when they wrote the Bill of Rights. What kind of people are going to be sitting down now to write the new AI Bill of Rights? Well, I want you to listen to this from Elon Musk. And this is the reason I want you to listen to this. Before I play it, I want you to listen to this for this reason. You see, the communists have had choke points of power with social media before. In fact, they've had a virtual monopoly on it before Elon Musk bought Twitter, which is also known as X now, whatever. What did the people who are writing the new AI Bill of Rights, what did they do with the power they've had previously? Here's a nice little preview of how AI is going to be used.
The degree to which Twitter was simply an arm of the government was not well understood by the public. There was basically oppression of any views that would even, I would say, be considered middle of the road. But certainly anything on the right. I'm not talking about like far right. I'm just talking mildly right. The people like Republicans were suppressed at 10 times the rate of Democrats.
10 times. They already had a choke point of power. They used it to attack you. Not only did they use it to attack you, they is kind of a weird word, right? Let's talk about the specific entities that have used technology and will use the technology of the future to attack you. Did you know that the Federal Bureau of Investigation, also known as the Cheka, did you know that they took $3 million of your money and used it to assault your First Amendment?
Trey, did the FBI pay Twitter money to moderate content moderation?
I'm not aware of us paying money to moderate content there or anywhere else.
What was the $3 million for that the FBI gave that's been revealed in Twitter files, which has been characterized by those writing the Twitter files as payment for content moderation? Basically, they said Twitter, you guys were meeting with them all the time and you had them taking down so many posts. They said, well, gosh, it's a lot of work. Why don't you pay us? And so you did. You paid them $3 million. Are you aware of the payment?
I'm not aware of that specific payment, but I can tell you that when it comes to payments, going back well over 4 decades, when we are required by federal law, when a company, like in this instance a provider, goes through expenses to produce information, we're required to reimburse them for those expenses.
The Federal Bureau of Investigation paid social media companies so you wouldn't talk about Hunter Biden's laptop. These are going to be the people enforcing the new AI Bill of Rights. You uncomfortable yet? Oh, and did I mention the FBI, they're on the lookout for some truly dangerous terrorists.
But as I said a few moments ago, on top of the homegrown violent extremist and domestic violent extremist threat, we also cannot and do not discount the possibility that Hamas or another foreign terrorist organization may exploit the current conflict to conduct attacks here on our own soil.
On top of the homegrown violent extremist and domestic violent extremist threat, on top of the homegrown violent extremist and domestic violent extremist threat, On top of the homegrown violent extremists and domestic violent extremist threat,
we have the guidance they were using to determine who might be a potential domestic homegrown terrorist, you should note. This came out, it was revealed a long time ago. So you see somebody leak the FBI training documents. And what kind of things might lead them to believe that you're a potential terrorist? Well, if you're flying things like the Gadsden flag, you know, the Don't Tread on Me flag, the Betsy Ross flag, the American flag from the Revolutionary War, if you have Revolutionary War quotes, if you have a flag with a cannon on it that says, come and take it, if you're in the state of Texas, you see these flags everywhere. The FBI has training that says that might make you a domestic terrorist. In this organization, they'll be the ones enforcing the AI Bill of Rights. All that may have made you uncomfortable, and I hope it did, but I am right.